and die this weekend. But I'm doing what I love. You
Yeah.
know, I'm doing what I love.
Well,
I
look,
love the music. I love my friends. You know,
I'm a firm
so
believer. Do what you love, you live longer.
yeah,
I it, I work in construction, so in my trades we see a lot of it's the old typical the old Italian guy works till he's 75 and
yeah,
then he goes home 2 weeks later he dies.
yeah.
Well, what people don't realize is he worked till he was 75 because he actually loved being at work
He
and
loved.
doing what
Yeah,
he was doing, right?
that's right.
So that kept him alive.
Yep. No, absolutely,
When you live
absolutely.
when you live like you live, you stay alive.
Well, and
Even
that's it. You know, I was only 35 when I had my heart attacks, and my life was a mess, and I felt
yeah,
like shit, and I didn't look good, and I was a few 100 pounds, and I was miserable, and the universe was like, well, I've been trying to tell you for years that you need to get better, and you're not going to, so I'm gonna fucking kill you till you listen.
yeah.
And it did. I couldn't
But
walk. I was in diapers. It was crazy. I had 303 blood transfusions. There's 303 other people in me
wow,
to stay alive.
that's not.
Yeah, it's insane, and it's the perspective on life and doing the things that you love and living, and all the people that run this world, the one percenters, they don't fucking care whether we live or die, so I don't fucking care whether or not I make them another dollar, to be
Yeah,
honest with you. To be
I
honest with
agree.
you.
The powers that be don't care about me or you or anybody.
That's right.
I
That's
think
right.
community of people that you're surrounded with, that's the
Yeah.
true community. That's all that matters.
Yeah, and we've created a family out of the community that we have. Like the metal scene, the music community, the circles that we run in. All these people have become family.
Yeah,
Sure, we're friends and stuff like that, but like they are the village. I bring my kids to metal shows. They have conversations with musicians and other metal moms and other metal kids and stuff like that. And you create that strong society and community and that invisible strength. you know
yes, yeah,
and metal, we're some of the calmest people in the world.
yes.
Everybody always thinks we're like loud and violent and scary, and it's like I don't have time for that. Once I get into the mosh pit, that's where it all comes out.
I get that a
And
lot. I get people when people meet me and they talk to me, "Oh, you're such a teddy bear. I was so afraid of you." And I'm like, I don't know.
Yeah.
My lyrics are pretty aggressive and like angry. So I get it out of there. I was an
Yep.
amateur boxer in my 40s,
Oh,
just a few
cool.
years ago, and I was never fought angry, but it was very
Yeah.
healing for me to do that, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
And after the fight, I would hug the big guy that I beat or he beat
Yeah.
me. I
Yeah.
was fighting giants in the heavyweight, and I honestly, between music and that, I was never happier
Yeah. Well,
mentally.
and that's our generation too, right? Punch you out
Yeah.
and shake your hand.
Have a
you
beer.
know. So, yeah, no, and we really do come from the last solid generation of that.
Yeah.
So I wouldn't have put you over your 40s, so definitely not.
Yes, I'm next year will be a very different number.
Yeah. You know what though? I say that our generation ages backwards because we were forced to grow
Yeah.
up so fast that
Yeah.
now, like, I mean, I was an adult by the time I was 6, right?
Yeah.
I had younger siblings, so I was babysitting, and I had my own house key, and I was out running around in the fields until 8 o'clock at night when the street lights came on, and so my
Yeah.
parents were no fucking where to be found. And now that I'm an adult, it's a scam, and I refuse to grow up.
Yeah, I still haven't
You
grown up,
know,
so
so
I still
I've been aging backwards since I don't know, since I hit 19, I guess.
well, I'm the same 12-year-old that started working at McDonald's.
Yep. Yeah.
So
Oh yeah, Janice, it's your birthday. Happy birthday to you.
happy
Janice
birthday.
is a promoter out of just north of Toronto.
Awesome. Happy
So
birthday to
yeah, and Ryfield popped in and said amen when we were talking about
you.
living and dying, probably. So I have a lot of good conversation with those guys. They're for as crazy and like fun as they are when it comes to their
Yeah.
shows and studio and stuff like that. They really are some of the most humble people I have ever met.
You know what? When we sat down to do the interview, I thought it was just going to be like music talk and stuff
Yeah.
like that. And we just ended up in this roller coaster of nothing like that.
Yeah. Yeah.
and,
Yeah.
and we're all giggling and laughing and just stupidity,
Yeah.
but good stupidity. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
they're just awesome.
Yeah.
And
No, they're
I told them this, and I'll say it here. What they do for the community is this is unreal to me.
Yeah.
Like I came up in the 90s playing in bands where like you play in front of 20, 30 people. Nobody remembers you or anything. But what they're doing is making, like, at least for us, people know, like, have watched us now.
Yes.
I'm not saying they remember us, but at least they've watched us.
Yep.
And if it wasn't for them, like, I wouldn't even be here with you right now.
Yep. Yeah, no, and that's the beauty of working with them. We met during Beer Bash last June. We had connected before that, but we met at Beer Bash. I had sponsored the festival, and there's nothing ever serious about any of us, but we always get shit done. I had met them for Beer Bash, and we had a fucking blast. I sponsored the party, so did they. They were the hosts of the party, and it was just 12 hours of pure fucking chaos. Right? It was so fun. And it was funny because I don't drink. I sponsored Beer Bash. I was the first one out of bed the morning of the party, and I was the last one to go to sleep the next day.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, we worked for that. And then Ryfield last year, I did the festival, and my health was a little bit fucky, but I did it anyway. I was out there, and what a wild party. The stage is credible. It's funny, I never use the word incredible anymore. Ever since I learned the definition, I use the word credible, and people always correct me, and I'm like, no, look up the definition. But the stage is massive, incredible. The team that they have, holy shit.
Yeah.
You know, like I'm at the bottom of the scale as compared to some of the talent and the people that they have coming together for this party. Black Throne Productions, Tyler is the drummer of Heavy Breather. They're also playing this year, and he was fantastic with helping pull everything together. So yeah, no, they're absolutely dynamite to work with. And this year I got the opportunity to do all the interviews, coinciding with all the releases. I get to work their merch tent and, do some running around, and hopefully I will be doing some 50-50 because I love taking money out of people's pockets and putting it into bands' pockets. Awesome. Anybody that's worked with me knows I'm a fat mouth and I get shit done. So
you gotta set your point and just be frank.
Yeah. So
this is amazing. Like, just from what you're saying, it's like, from who's helping and you, even yourself, like, these guys are just, their energy is so good that they surround themselves. Like, the energy just brings it in to have all these good people.
Oh, they're a
lot of those bands too. I've seen a lot. I'm trying to watch every band because I got to see them all, and I want to make sure I know something.
Yep. So
bands are just fucking on fire. Like, it's pretty fun.
Oh, the whole lineup is just sick. Yeah. The whole lineup from beginning to end is just fucking gross. It is like, last year was insane, and this year it was like every single one. Like, Steph would text me and she'd be like, "Okay, here's the lineup," and then I think two or three of the original lineup, they were already fucking bomb. They ended up dropping off, and then we got the other bands, and it was like, holy shit, man, every single one is a banger. And then she sends me Beyond Deviation is headlining, and it was like, oh, what? I get to interview? Are you fucking serious? And like, if you guys didn't all do what you do, we wouldn't be able to do what we do. Like, I can't sing a note to save my life. Oh, don't start barking at me, dog. I can't sing a note to save my life, but I can write, and I can interview, and I can put together shows, and I have a platform. Stop, Melody. I don't know what to do with her. Come up here, dog.
Well, for the people who pluck the strings, we need people.
Come here. Well, and that's really it. Like, we all work together to get these things done, to get these shows put together, to get the interviews out there, or the live off the floors, or the studios, or we wouldn't be able to do any of this if we didn't have you guys, and your networking would be a lot different if we weren't around. You all can certainly do it without us, but it's much more fun to have us with you.
we worked with it before the internet was even around, so
yeah, exactly.
Fucking hard.
No, I know. I was a little bit younger in the 90s. But my first show was in the basement of a head shop. I was stop. Can you open the sliding glass door? Maybe she'll go outside. But my first show was in the basement of a head shop, and it was the Screaming Beavers and the Sick Boys.
Wow.
And I was like 12 years old. And then my best friend at the time, her mom took me to see Sloan in Buffalo. Wow. And here we are 2,000 performances and 1,000 interviews later.
Yeah.
So, you know.
Start of the journey.
Well, yeah. And like I always wanted to, like with Sofa City, it started off as I was doing a charity book for the homeless with a friend of mine. And I was a comedy parenting writer. I didn't know what the fuck I was doing. I was just like, sure, I'll write this book for you so we can throw a party. And then the girl that I was writing the book with dropped off the project, and my name was all over the place.
Wow, that's amazing.
Yeah, so we raised $2,200. We pulled 2 women out of prostitution and out of jail, which was absolutely wonderful. It's the best $2,200 I've ever raised. And we've been doing it ever since. And now we're about 600 copies out. We're almost 1,000 interviews in. And we have some of the best friends we could ever work with. Some of the most amazing bands we have on our lists and we put on stages. And I can't imagine doing anything else.
Yeah, no, that's amazing. Please keep on going.
Yeah. So how did you get into music?
I got into music. I was just young and I always had a guitar in my hand. If you want to know the truth, it was probably Happy Days.
Cool.
Yeah. So I would watch Happy Days and they'd have the bands playing on the stage. So I was a little kid and I'd pretend to be Fonzie.
That's amazing.
That's
awesome.
Coveralls in this little acoustic.
Yeah.
And then that's all I liked was music. I listened to it. I would play, like I had my sisters and parents' records. I would play their records all the time. You know, I was listening anywhere to Queen, Stars on 45. Like I just loved music. So when I was young, when I think I was 15, when we started our first band, Stone Angel, with my friend in the basement, and we just wrote like 6-7 songs that were really awesome to me now, but really bad then.
Yep.
And then I always played.
That's awesome.
So, and then we were in quite a few bands after that. And then there was pauses in between where you get married and have a life and have kids, but I never.
Yeah, I did that too. One of them sitting on the couch in the corner. The other one's in a room.
One of the big too why I kind of was really wanted to get back is because I didn't teach my son guitar, but I gave him a few chords and he taught himself how to play guitar.
That's killer.
I have a jam room in the basement and we would start playing Nirvana covers. I'd play the drums.
Yep.
And just seeing him like sitting there serious trying to play and he was getting good and I was just like, oh, God. Like,
that's killer.
Just came out again. I just wanted to play.
Yeah, no, that's amazing. That's and honestly, having them follow in our footsteps and see the love and the passion that they have, it kind of keeps, even though like we're active in the scene, so we know our love and passion for the music is there, but seeing them in their element, which is also our element, it certainly heightens wanting to keep doing this and wanting to teach them more and bring them to shows. And
absolutely.
Like my 13-year-old, almost 14-year-old, she's been singing since she was 3 and she taught herself how to play the piano.
That's awesome.
Yeah. And my 11-year-old is a huge Slipknot fan and she just started playing the drums, and it comes naturally to both of them.
Yeah.
So I encourage it. I homeschooled them for 4.5 years, and I encouraged it. Go play on your guitar, go play on the piano, go sing, go do something that is going to heighten the skills and talents that you have naturally. We'll figure out the math and the science and the bill paying later.
Yeah, I was never a parent to hold back. I was always, if this is what you like and you want to do, go for it.
Yep. Yeah, you know, so now Melody
go to university and be an accountant if that's not what you want to do.
Well, and I mean, like, education is free, right? Like we are our top students in YouTube University.
Yeah.
You know, why am I going to pay some asshole $60,000 for an education that if I really pay attention and I have some critical thinking skills, I can find all of that information to learn how to do that without paying for a class. Or, you know, like I can anything. I can roll an amazing joint. I can help with drywalling a house. I can build a garden. I can paint a room. I can change tires. And fucking YouTube taught me all of that shit.
Yeah, and
I didn't pay a penny for it.
You know what's pretty sad is you know a lot. And I don't mean that's sad for you. That's sad that I have to say that. Not a lot of people know all that or even attempt to try and learn that.
Yeah, well, I have ADHD and I'm unmedicated, so I get bored fast. Well, no, it's just my girls and myself, and I didn't want them to end up in a position that I ended up in 6 years ago, where I was not self-reliant at all. I knew I could be, but I was not self-reliant at all. And I ended up in a position where I had 2 kids and $90, and I didn't have a fucking clue how to do anything.
Yeah,
yeah. Now I own my own business and a fitness brand and a radio station, and we have a beautiful home, and I have a piece of shit car, but it's mine, and I don't pay anybody for it, and nobody changes my tires. I mean, I have a wonderful mechanic who does everything else. Thank you. But changing tires, changing oil, spark plugs, fuses, little bullshit like that I could simply YouTube. I can do all that stuff. I can do, I can convert files on the computer. I can paint a room. I can probably fix a toilet if I tried hard enough,
Yeah.
But
the toilet's very easy to do, by the way. I just learned that.
They are very easy to do.
Someone.
Yeah, they are very easy to do. But I also learned that if you don't have a garbage bag and you pick it up and don't put the garbage bag underneath it, you're going to need a shower when you're done changing said toilet.
Yes, and wear gloves.
Yes, wear gloves. The wax ring is a bitch to peel off, too.
Quite great.
So, yeah. See, I told you we talk about anything on this show. So, and that's why we don't script it, because I don't want any pressure. I don't want the, oh my God, I didn't ask him that question, or I sounded stupid when I said that, or we can navigate the conversation any way that we want it to go, and it's relaxed and laid back, and it's easier this way.
I'm enjoying it.
Good, me too. It's I like when the interviews are on a whim and I get to learn everything with everybody else. I find when I have I do my research and scripting and stuff like that, I get nervous.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
And I kind of like second guess myself. And you can have it until I'm done the interview. I kind of second guess myself. I love you too. I try to keep their screen time to like this, unless they're on the computer. I don't mind them being on the computer, but I'm one of the few parents that hates my kids being on the internet. Go play and break a bone, for fuck's sakes. The internet's going to be there once we get the cast on. It'll be fine.
Yeah. The dirt tastes better anyways.
Well, and that's what I always say too. Like I take my my 11-year-old. We always go like ghost hunting and abandoned exploring and stuff. I take her and her 2 best friends, and we have way more fun than most of the kids that they hang out with. They get on the computer later on and, oh, what'd you do? And what'd you do? Oh, well, my mom took us exploring and I almost fell off the side of a cliff. Oh, well, what did you do today? Oh, I played video games.
Yeah.
I'll take the near-death experience. Thank you. Okay, why are you barking at me? Where's your toys? Come here. Go outside. Listen, we're cooling the outside for you. Go play on the balcony or something. Anyway, sorry. Stop. Come on. So, but no, this has been such a wonderful experience. It's been such a great interview. I'm so glad we were able to do this within the window before the festival. Sorry, just give me 1 second. I'm gonna get back to treats. 1 second, guys. Oh. It's a good thing Sis didn't give you all your treats yesterday. Watch out, dog. I can't fill this up for you.
I don't you can hear me, but put a guitar track behind the dog growl would be awesome.
There we go. I got treats in my hand.
Your dog's growl would be pretty good to put behind a track.
Well, I can record it and send it to you.
A nice industrial track. Rope.
Yeah.
Rope.
She's got like a 300-pound dog bark, and she's only 100 pounds. A friend of mine was saying the other day, like he comes over quite often and stuff, but he was saying, he was like, you know, if I didn't see on the other side of your door and that dog barked, and like there's no way I would try to get into your house.
No, and I agree, because what I heard, it was pretty like a thick, strong growl. I was like,
oh yeah. Oh yeah, it comes from her guts, that's for sure.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, no, she, you know what, she's probably, out of all the dogs I've had over the years, she's probably the best family dog that I've had.
Awesome.
She's perfect. Hang on 1 second, I'm gonna put her in her bedroom.
Okay.
Okay. Woo! Almost fell off the chair. Come on, dog. There you go. Okay, so that should keep her occupied long enough for us to finish this interview.
Okay.
This is why they call me the local musical shit show, because I never have it together.
There's no better way than that, I'm telling you.
I am chaos and disorder 24 hours a day. I'm like a train wreck, man. People are here for it, but they want to stop watching at some point.
The crazy train. Love it.
Oh, definitely. It's funny you say that, because Black Sabbath is the reason I'm a metalhead.
Yeah?
So, yeah, well, a friend of mine, when we were like 13 years old, she stole some pot from her dad for us to smoke in her room, because her dad smoked pot in the house, so he had no idea whether or not we were stoned too, right? So she had stolen a CD from him to roll it on, and it was a Black Sabbath CD, and he came in the room, and she was like, oh no, like she had done this before, obviously. So she had it in her CD player, and the second she heard him coming upstairs, she turned it on. Well, she turned on War Pigs, and here we are.
That's amazing.
Yeah, War Pigs was the reason that, or is the reason I'm here. So,
and the point of rolling a joint, and the first band is Black Sabbath, pretty much. That tells you everything.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it was funny, because like we used to steal weed from her dad all the time, and he, you know, but we usually left the house. Yeah. We, you know, and we whatever. Hey. And this time we stayed home, and she just grabbed a random CD, and he came upstairs looking for that CD. Had no idea we stole the weed. And it just happened to be playing when he walked in the door. So he didn't take the CD. I got to hear the whole thing, because we didn't turn it off after that. Yeah. And War Pigs and pot are why I'm here.
That 7-minute song.
And I'm still the biggest fucking pothead you'll ever meet too. You want cookies? You come see me at the festival. So last year I brought 100 mini cookies, and I left with 30.
Wow, that's good.
Yeah, so there's a few people who were like, oh, cookies, and they ate a couple of them, and I was like, just so you know, those are my cookies. So, you know, and the look of terror in their face, because they know what my cookies entail.
That's amazing.
So, well, just to give you an idea, I brought Josh Smith from Snake River Redemption 3 cookies. Mm-hmm. And I told him to eat a half a cookie, and he ate 2.5 cookies before I told him to eat that half a cookie. So, like, okay. So, you see, I have video of it. You see that moment where the cookies kick in when he's on stage playing, right? Like, he goes from this serious guitar player to 6-year-old Josh, and he's like 6'5". This guy's massive, right? Yeah. So, and like, it got to the point where at some point during the night, somebody had to tell him to pull his pants back up. So that's my cookies. Yeah, it was good.
You're like the ABC cookies. Remember the decadent ones everybody loved because they were cheaper, but they were so stacked with the chips.
Those are the best cookies.
Yeah, see, yours are the cheaper.
Yeah. Oh yeah. My cookies are deadly. They're dangerous. So, but last year they had Omnivert play, and Chris Lee, it was his birthday, and the girl that I went with, it was her birthday. So I made cookies for them, and then I made cookies for everybody else that were less potent, but I didn't pull that bag out. I just gave everybody Chris and Shanice's cookies.
The special cookies.
So everybody was high as fuck.
That's good. Everybody's on the same plane then.
Well, I don't drink. Pot's my thing, right? Like I don't do chemical drugs. I'm actually on Monday I will be 16 years sober of alcohol.
Amazing. Congratulations.
So yeah, and it's funny because I sponsor parties like Beer Fest.
Yeah.
I'd sniff a cap and fall over for fuck's sake.
Our drummer, I think it was his 10-year anniversary.
Sick.
A few months ago, so
that's awesome. That's awesome.
I didn't really quit drinking. I just don't really drink.
Yeah.
So, I mean, if I go north and I'm around people, I'll have a couple, but I'm not really a drink or two anymore.
Yeah. Yeah. I just have no control.
Yeah. I was near the end there. I just started blacking out, and with the thing with phones is people video you and they show you videos of what you do and you don't remember, and you kind of feel like yeah. Go. I mean, I was never mean or like anything aggressive or anything, but I just did not remember, and I was like, I did not like that feeling.
No.
It was like people, and I had no control of the other one. I was like, fuck this. You know what?
Yeah. The worst thing you can hear is, "Do you know what you did last night?"
Yeah, that I regret. I really hearing those words.
Yeah.
So I have nothing against drinking. I have nothing against people drinking. I just don't. And I will party with you all night.
Me too.
Yeah.
Me too. I mean, you do you. Drinking, drugs, I don't care. I mean, as long as you have a handle on your life, it's not wrecking what you're doing. Your bills are paid. Your children are fed and taken care of. I mean, fucking have at her, man. Absolutely. Do whatever it is you do. But for me, I like the buzz. I'm a drunk. I want to be drunk. I like being drunk. I'm 16 years sober, and I would love to be drunk right now. I never go away. I always want to drink. Fortunate for the chemical drugs. She's gonna bark for a minute. I'm 24 years clean of chemical drugs, and I probably wouldn't be a pot smoker, but I have chronic pain. So pot is the lesser of all the evils, and I pay my bills, and my kids are happy. And I mean, there's ample fucking food in the house, that's for sure. So they never go hungry. There's always ice cream. But that's how I function as an adult and a parent and a recovering addict and somebody who has chronic pain. Make sure that
all things that keep you is that's awesome, right?
Yeah. Well, I mean, if it's one thing to take care of 15 evils, I'm in.
Yeah. Yeah.
Exactly. It doesn't break the bank because I know how to garden.
Yes.
I mean, I call my parents. My parents own a farm. I own about this much of it because I do a whole bunch of work on it. That's where I learned all my skills.
Awesome.
So I used to be where plants go to die, not so much anymore. So yeah. So I have to. My friend Antoinette has popped in a couple of times, and she has made a few comments. When we were talking about animal noises in backgrounds of songs, she had popped up and made a comment, and she just mentioned my children, and one of our good friends, and huge shout out to her because Antoinette's a massive supporter of the scene. She's a huge supporter of Sofa City Sounds. She's awesome. A great human being. She and I had the best spa day today, which started with 311 live last night at the OLG stage here in the Falls. Yeah. So huge shout out to her. She's a fucking grand human being. So
yes.
Yeah. So I okay, we are gonna pull up a list. Just give me 1 second. I'm gonna find a list, and we're gonna talk about all these fucking rad bands. There's a word I don't use too often. That are playing with you guys on at Festival of Whiskey Pet.
Saturday, August 10th.
Yeah, and as of right now, if you buy your ticket right now, which I highly suggest you do, it's $25. You have fucking free camping. We have free parking. There's going to be food on site. You can bring your own food. You can bring your own booze. You can bring your fucking kids if you want.
Can you even camp in a campsite for $25 anymore?
No.
No, exactly.
No.
And then get all those kick-ass bands playing?
15 bands, one dynamite fucking tattoo artist. I was checking his shit out online. Holy hell. Everybody better get behind me in line. I'm hoping, because I have to get blood tests before I get tattooed. So I'm hoping my platelets are over 300, because if they are, I'm going to add Ryfield Studios logo to my independent band arm.
That's amazing.
Yeah. So, well, they've been fucking amazing to me. They've been super supportive. They share all of my stuff. They're always down for an interview. Depending on when we do it, the next time Ben and I are on the same podcast, he will be the person I have interviewed the most with Sofa City Sounds.
That's awesome.
So, yeah. No, they're fantastic. I absolutely love them. Yes. So, that being said, let's pull up the band list once I get into my phone, because me and technology, we don't mix very well together. Where are we? Jesus. Okay. There should be a list here somewhere.
If you go on their page, the picture of the flyer.
That's what I'm doing. I went to their page, but I think that going to the why can't I find it?
Because you're looking for it.
Oh yeah, right? Because I'm under pressure now.
Yeah, totally. Yeah.
Oh my God, I'm not good at this. Fuck, I just saw it too. Okay, I'm on my page. I should be able to do this. That's ticket scene. I want festival at the Whiskey Pit. Stephanie sent me a photo. Steph, you're the best. I fucking love you. Now, why can't you watch me struggle through the rest of my life and send me fucking photos and memes and stuff? You're the best, Steph. Thank you so much. Okay, so we are starting with you guys from 1:30 to 2. Ox is from 2:15 to 2:45. Scram is from 3 to 3:30. All That Is Unholy is from 3:45 to 4:15. We Are Human is 4:30 to 5. Order and Entropy, I fucking love those guys. I love all these bands, but I fucking love Order and Entropy. Every time I see them, I blow Ollie's mind and then walk away, and he's left just fucking astounded until the next time I see him. Heavy Breather, 6 to 6:30. Scuzz is on from 6:45 to 7:15. The Good Depression is 7:30 to 8. Catastrophic Hemorrhage is 8:15 to 8:45. These are all just fucking bangers, man. Duskwalker is 9 to 9:30. Pro Sector, 9:45 to 10:15. Loser is 10:30 to 11. Beguiler, they're fucking dynamite too. 11:15 to 11:45, and Beyond Deviation goes on at 12 o'clock.
Fuck, what a lineup.
I know.
That's insane. That's nonstop pretty much from 1:30 on.
Yeah.
Nonstop ass kicking, just amazing.
Yeah, we're just it's just fire from the moment we wake up on Saturday morning until the moment we all go to bed Sunday morning.
Yes. I'm very excited to be first so I can watch everybody.
And it's funny because bands are hit or miss. Some bands are like, I don't want to be first. And then other bands are like, can we be first so we can party? And I love those bands that are like, hey, can you put me on first? I love it.
I don't give a shit.
With a lineup like this, you guys are the perfect kickoff. You guys have such a great, unique, loud, heavy fucking sound. You guys are the best way to kick this off. Yeah. Especially with being called Zero End. The irony just fucking kills. Well, I love it.
He's going to be their zero into it, right?
Mm-hmm.
Until over. So, yeah.
So yeah,
fucking really stoked. I'm getting a little bit hyper.
Yeah, I know it's crazy. And I had seen in a previous comment that I certainly will be doing the 50-50. So make sure your pockets are full so I can empty them. So yeah.
You get more 50 cookie.
Believe me, I was trading cookies last year. Well, I did the 50-50 at Beer Bash, and it got to the point where I was like, I stood on the table, and I don't need a microphone. I was born with a megaphone in my throat. So I was standing on the table, and I was like, I'm coming for your pockets. If you want me to fuck off and leave you alone, you just better have your money ready. I didn't give a shit, right? Because nobody could claim it was beer money because it was fucking a beer ticket all you could drink, right? So you can't tell me that you need money for beer, and you can't tell me you need money for merch, because if you win the 50-50, you win like $1,000 worth of merch. So you know what I mean? Like, give me all your money. And that's how it's going to be this year at Ryfield. Give me all your money.
Awesome.
If you don't want to deal with obnoxious me, I'll take a 20 and leave, please.
So I got a question about the tattoo artist.
Yes.
Is he just bringing Flash?
I'm not 100% sure.
I thought I read some, but I read things wrong because I read fast sometimes. Because that's just my. Is he like? Do you shake something and pick a tattoo out, or will he?
Ooh.
I thought that's what I read, but I could be mistaken. Like I said, I sometimes my brain goes further than it should.
I hope so.
If that's the deal, I was actually thinking of going Saturday to get a tattoo. I just itching, but maybe I'll wait till the next Saturday.
He will have pre-made and a gumball machine. So there will be Flash and there will be surprise tattoos. So we got both.
Okay. Yes, I did read it right.
That's awesome.
That's kind of interesting, the gumball machine.
Yeah. Hey, Steph, there's a link to Ryfield or to fucking the show in your inbox. You should just pop on and say hi. I did this to them last week too. The last interview I did, I was like, you guys all have links. Come and play with us.
Where are you guys?
Yeah, so I love going out there but it's funny because I've been out there to interview them and I've been out there for them to interview me. And usually halfway through the interview, it doesn't matter who's doing it, we forget and somebody asks a question that's supposed to answer the question, or like, because I'm laying in bed with the cat. I'm jealous. I mean, I have the best job in the world. Don't get me wrong. I would much rather be at work than doing a million other things. But, well, good. At least you got him put to work, girl. So the goal is for her to do as little work as possible during the festival. But we all know her list is longer than anybody else's.
Try and enjoy. Yeah.
So, and I say this every time, those two guys, it's Shane and Ben, they are something else when it comes to the music industry. I mean, they're doing the podcasting, they've got the studio, they're doing everything they possibly can in their own bands and stuff like that. But I'll tell you, when it comes to some of the magic they pull off, Steph, holy fuck, man, no words some days. She's a machine. And I get it. I understand it because I do the same things on a regular basis. And she is like, the three of them are like, you want a definition of dream team, and it's the three of them. They make shit happen.
Well, you could just tell their connection is all it just flows. It's crazy.
It's genuine.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah.
They're very genuine people.
Something looks easy, it's genuine and it just flows.
Yeah, absolutely. They're so fun to hang out with. Like when I go do interviews with them, thank you. Thank you. I try. So, well, we're all moving parts that make the giant machine run, right? So I'm pretty sure I'm the broken gears. Ryfield just posted that I'm a machine, and I was like, yep, I'm the broken part of the machine, but I still help it run, I think.
You know how to fix it anyways.
Well, that's true, and if I don't, I got a guy for that. Yeah.
It's probably better if it's broken for you.
So, well, the Chinese fix broken things with gold, right?
Yeah.
So that they're more valuable. So I must be 24 karat by now.
Yeah, pure.
So, yeah. Well, I mean, my headphones are shit brown and gold. So if that tells you anything, they're the best headphones I've ever owned in my life. So my cord is mustard yellow. It's wonderful.
Oh, that's a nice color. Baby diarrhea.
Right. Yeah. I will never call it mustard yellow ever again.
Yeah.
Probably never eat mustard again for that matter. Oh boy. The shit we talk about on this show is so fucking great.
Yeah.
So you guys have a Facebook page, you guys have Instagram. What other social media do you have?
Those are the only two we have because I was never big on social media.
It's because you guys are
we do have the website. Our drummer just finished a really good one finally with all the links to iTunes and all that. So
sick.
And I don't remember my password to actually let him onto the Facebook page to actually make it proper. So, but I'll get that, and he's going to put all the links onto everything there. So
awesome. Yeah. All right. And then if you guys have any MP3s, please send it to me, and then I will post it up on Black Sheep Radio, and I will put a link to your band and your page on my website as well.
Awesome. Yes, I will send you all that.
Wicked. That'd be fantastic. I'll send you an email for it.
To be honest, I'll probably be learning how to send it to you. So. But I'm going to try, damn it.
The Google helps.
Yes. So does my son when he's home, actually.
Right? I know. Yeah. So I used to have promos before we found out that my little had iron and anemia issues. I used to pay her to do all my little promotional videos. And she's only 10, 11 years old, and she's the one. So like all the fancy stuff that happens, it's her. All my assistant stuff, like messaging bands back and posting posters and stuff. Yeah. That's my other kid. Well, I wanted to teach them how to run a business before they learned how to work for one.
Yep.
You know, I just like you. I mean, love me or hate me at this point. We all know that I hate the government. I hate government education. So there's that. But I homeschooled them because I wanted them to learn what they wanted. I wanted them to critically think. And Mia learned how to edit videos, and she learned how to draw like crazy realism, and she learned how to paint, you know, and play drums and stuff like that. And Melody, like, she's an amazing assistant and makes sure that like my schedule is on point, which I never follow it because I have ADHD.
Already lifetime with everything they're learning and do.
Yeah. Well, it's just the three of us, right? So I raised them to be able to be independent just in case I'm not feeling well, because sometimes I have flare-ups with my disease. And they need to be able to take care of themselves for 72 hours. So it was just like, okay, well, here's a cast iron frying pan, and this is how you cook on it. And here is how you send messages in case I have something that needs to be canceled, or I have something that, you know, an interview or whatever. And we just... you know, you have to learn how to do that. They know how to swing a hammer. They know how to throw a knife. They know how to paint things. They know how to take care of the cats. They know how to bathe the dog. They, you know, like I wanted them to be jackasses of all trades like their moms, so that if they got caught in a spot where they had to be independent, they could be.
Yeah, that's the way it should be.
You know, and generational wealth is something you don't see in Canada anymore.
No, I don't even know if that exists, does it?
I don't know.
Not anybody I know anyways.
Well, no, I got my mother's attitude. So, but yeah, generational wealth isn't something we have anymore. So they need to know how to can food. They need to know that there's things out there that are way more important than money. And money's not the only currency, you know. They need to know that there's a million different things that they learn just by running this podcast and production company. You know, they learn how to run things, how to manage people. They learn math. They learn how to pay bills. They learn how to be on time, which I don't know how to do, but they'll learn it. So I just feel like education is way more important than indoctrination. And that's why they learned how to do everything. I mean, I went to school. Don't get me wrong. My kids were in school. They're back in school. I fucking hate it, but they are. You know, knowing all those things isn't a terrible thing. I mean, they do teach you 2 + 2. So, and they, you know, I've taught them how to stand up for bullying, so they don't get too much shit at school. But yeah, education was important. And you don't get education unless you get to explore the things that you like.
Exactly. Yeah.
With all those extra words.
What we think education is really isn't. Life is education. Learning how to do things for yourself is education.
Yep.
You know, that's a lot. I was lucky in school. They realized pretty quick I wasn't going to be a lawyer or a doctor.
Yep.
So I got put in a lot of programs of learning how to work with my hands, and
awesome.
I got to do guitar and play guitar and bass and music stuff. So I was fortunate in that back then they used to look at somebody and say, okay, and they talk to you about it. And I was like, yeah, you're probably right.
You were one of the easy ones for them. You were one of the favorite students.
Just in a lot of this stuff, man.
Yeah, it's funny because I had a science teacher tell me that I was never going to amount to anything if I didn't listen in her class, and I'd work in a bowling alley for the rest of my life. Well, she was always busting me writing poetry, right? That's what she was always giving me shit. Amanda, if you don't fucking start listening in my class, blah, 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 just a whole bunch of bullshit, right? Just a bunch of blah, blah, blah. So when she retired, I gave her every one of my published books as a gift for her retirement, and it was my English teacher that delivered the gift to her. And inside it said, "Thank you for encouraging me to never work in a bowling alley. Congratulations on your retirement." And yeah, that was the ultimate fuck you. You know, because back then teachers were allowed to say stupid shit like that to you, but we're also not a generation of pussies. No, I'll say that. So okay,
I had a teacher who made me play football because I was big, and he said he would pass me. I was like, okay, but I don't want to play football. He's like, well, you got to play, Cabral, because you're stupid. I'm like, okay.
And now you're one of the most talented musicians out there.
Yeah. Well, but yeah, I was like, I sometimes think, I'm like, was that mean or not? I'm like, not really. He was being kind of honest. I know he didn't mean stupid. No, I understand what he meant. It was just the bluntness of it was pretty. Like, imagine a teacher does that today, what would happen?
Yeah, exactly. Like I remember being in grade 9 and watching one of my friends get grabbed by the throat by one of our teachers. And he put him right up against the wall and yelled and screamed at him. And the only thing that teacher got was a 1-week suspension, and he had to put an apology on paper.
The good old days.
Like now that teacher would be like jailed and set on fire and doxxed, and
I think I was in grade 3 and I got the strap.
Ooh, I was just past that.
Yeah, I was still alive, and it was this leather thing, and I just got the strap. Yeah. So I was holding back the tears, and I was like, "That's all you got?"
Yeah.
I kept getting hit, and I was like, "That's all you got?" As soon as I left, I walked out like a 3-year-old macho kid.
Yeah. You know? And then walk into the bathroom and cry like a baby.
Fucking baby.
Yeah. It was funny because we were in that there's no fax, and then all of a sudden there's fax, right? Like CPS. And I was at that generation where like your parents would smack you with the phone and then dial the phone number. Now you breathe wrong in your kid's direction, and fax is like, we're gonna take away your kids. It's fucking brutal, man. Like, it's crazy, and they wonder why all these kids are soft now. Right? Nobody can take an insult. And I'm like, man, we ate insults for lunch at school.
Well, like I said, insults I got from people like, maybe they're right, you know?
Well, and like I find that I would not be as strong a human being as I am if I didn't have all the shit that I went through. Like, I can't tell you how many times I've thanked the people that have bullied me for giving me the leather skin I have to get through. You know? So, all right, dog. I think she's done. Okay. I'm done. Goddamn kids determining my life. I could sit and chat with you all night long. But the reality is if we don't end this interview at some point, we probably will sit and talk all night long. So that being said, we can find you on Facebook and Instagram because much like me, you guys are over 40. And it's much easier for the 2 platforms instead of 10,000.
Yeah.
So we'll find you on Facebook and Instagram. We'll find you at Ryfield Studios on August 10th, the festival at the Whiskey Pit. I finally nailed it. I finally got it right. I never say it properly.
Awesome.
So yeah, so that's going to be fun. $25 right now. It's probably going to be more if you buy your tickets at the door, but it's still a fucking dynamite deal. Free camping, free parking.
Fucking tickets.
Well, and us, we're going to be there.
Go get your tickets now. You're not going to camp. You're not going to see these bands kick fucking ass.
That's right. You're not
amazing people like Amanda.
And you guys.
Fucking Cookie. Get out there, have fun, live life, bring what you want, do what you want, have fun, get out there, mosh, dance.
Yeah, oh, you definitely will see us next weekend. For sure. The fucking people that are pulling this party together, man, like Ryfield Studios, you guys are fucking amazing. Thank you for having all of us be a part of this festival and be a part of this party. Black Thrones Productions, Callum Clark, who's doing sound again. What a fucking amazing sound guy he is. And I feel like I'm such an asshole because I can't remember the band that he's in because I work with so many fantastic bands. Not one shitty band came out of Ontario in 2023 and 2024, and I just can't believe it. What else? No, thank you guys. Absolutely. What else is happening? Sofa City Sounds is taking a bit of a break. I know you guys notice I've been a little bit rocky with the interviews, but that's because we're really trying to get this radio station up on the go and moving properly. And I'm only one person. Thank you. Callum is in catastrophic hemorrhage. I appreciate that. I'm not so much of an asshole as I was 5 seconds ago. So yeah, I could just talk all night long. It's what I'm good at. Awesome. So, but yeah, so you'll see us August 10th. Look for the little red car. If your bands have stickers, feel free to put them on the car. Do not put them on the back bumper. I absolutely do not want stickers on the back of the car. Don't put them over the headlights. Make sure I can see out the front window, but the hood and the doors are fair game.
Yes. You'll put it on the bumper, right?
Well, I drive a little red Honda Fit, and it's covered in dents, so I put Band-Aids on my dents.
Awesome.
So, yeah. So, I'll be there. Ryfield, obviously, are throwing this party. Zero End is going to be there. Ox, Catastrophic Hemorrhage, Heavy Breather, All That Is Unholy, Order and Entropy, Beyond Deviation is headlining the party. We've got Loser. We've got We Are Human. We've got fucking Pro Sector. They're only doing 4 shows this year, so if you miss them at this show, you're fucking bumming. Beyond Deviation is coming out of hiding to play this show, so that's going to be fun. And yeah, everybody will have their merch. I don't know if I'll have any books, but I'm not there for Sofa City. I'm there to be part of Ryfield for that day. We can do some pop-up interviews. Definitely, we can go live from the festival. And yeah, I don't know. I'll have an update for you guys sometime soon. I'm around. Sofa City's not going anywhere. We're 10 years old this year. We're definitely not going anywhere.
Happy anniversary.
Thank you. Thank you. So, yeah. All right. Well, on that note, George, it's been fucking fantastic chatting. We will definitely have more conversation next weekend. Awesome. We will see you guys at Ryfield. $25, free parking, free camping. Fuck you if you're not there. Yeah, I said it. Everybody knows I'm blunt and say the things that nobody else wants to say. So, yeah. Okay, I'll keep you backstage for 2 seconds. And on that